we've got a lot to offer here. We've got the recreation, we got the scenery, lots of things to do here, and plus we're just great people.
You know, I've lived here for 40-some years of my 50-some year life, and it's a really neat, really town because I think one of the greatest assets is that the groups help each other out. We always work well together. I mean, a lot of people really help each other out.
I just like the community. The people around this area are very friendly. It's where I have my business. My business is doing well, and for me right now, this is where I want to stay.
A good place for businesses to start and get their foot in the door, and we've found that we've been very successful here, and we've collaborated with other groups and businesses, and I think that's the type of community that we are. We work together to obtain what we need and to accomplish what we need to do.
If I'm going to raise a family and get to know my neighbors and enjoy life, West Salem is a place to be.
Reviews about our school district here. Yes, a lot of people move here because of the school district.
I moved to Western Wisconsin in 1985, and when I got married and decided to raise a family, I decided this was the place to be.
What made you decide that?
I met some people and was very impressed by the level of education that they got in their very small town high school, and I wanted my kids to have that benefit as well.
I was just awestruck by the facilities that West Salem has to offer. I mean, this school system is wonderful, and the staff are wonderful. We've just been very impressed at everything that the school has been able to offer.
It's a great community. It's a small town. Children at all ages have the opportunities to participate and succeed in art and music and drama and all kinds of activities, and you don't have to be a star to be able to participate. So that, I think, is a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, this is my community.
And then just the town in general. I mean, the people are so friendly. Have just been very welcoming to me and my family.
And it's just kind of neat to see how everybody still knows everybody. You know, you got a lot of that family relationships and that going on. And yet there's enough size that there's, different things that are there and available.
You get the advantage of the amenities of La Crosse, but you don't have to live there.
We're coming up on our 9th season, so it was opened in March of 2004, and we started having shows the following fall in there. It's a great story. Marie W. Hyder is a West Salem native who was a teacher. She did not teach in this district, but taught in Wisconsin primarily. And in the late 90s, there was an anonymous revocable trust set up with $1 million. But it was revocable, and no one knew it was Marie Hyder at that time. And until she died, it could have been changed. At approximately the same time, there were numerous referendums to build an auditorium and to expand the high school. So that spring, there was a referendum in 2 parts. And one was to expand the high school, and one was to build an auditorium. And the high school referendum passed fairly convincingly, but the auditorium referendum passed by less than 20 votes. And so it's actually paid for by the members of the community of West Salem, by the taxpayers. But shortly after that, Marie Hyder passed away, and it was her donation that added all the bells and whistles, that made it the state of the art, that made all of the wonderful tech and dance theater or dance studio and the special things that we think set the Hyder Center apart. So it was actually part of a school referendum, and then this donation was on top of it to make it really a state of the art. We can handle any type performance, and all of the people without any limit have all loved using our facility. All of the people who've toured all over the country are always impressed by what we can offer and the high quality setting for their music.
Hamlin Garland is one of the people that we're promoting, I guess would be the best word for it. But there were 10 reasons why we feel it to be important from West Salem. One is Hamlin Garland. Second is Jay Johnson, who was the admiral from West Salem, who was the top of the United States Navy just a few years ago. Thirdly, we're the home of the second woman doctor that ever practiced in the United States. Her name was Mary Lottridge, and she lived in the Octagon House across from Our Savior's Lutheran Church. A fourth person who was very important to us was Fred Myers. I don't know if you ever remember eating Red Dot potato chips?
I don't think so.
Well, they were ones when I was growing up as a kid in the 50s. Red Dot was the big one, and he was the founder of Red Dot potato chips. Frito-Lay took them over, and he committed suicide because it was an unfriendly deal, okay?
Wow.
Then the next one that we say we're ready and important to is Ida Tilson. She was a poultry expert. She helped establish the Tuskegee Institute down in Alabama in the poultry department. She was the one that gave $40,000 to the community that built the Tilson Auditorium. We're also the home of Edna Gardner White, who was known as the Flying Grandmother. She also was the individual who was the first woman to own an airport in the United States. Her airport was down in Texas. We're also the home of a chicken called Biddy Rhodes. Biddy Rhodes laid 19 eggs in one day, 150 in a month. And she was taken all over the area to state fairs, Minnesota, Missouri, Iowa, and so forth. She was purchased in Missouri, and she died of a heart stroke down there. Another reason why we think we should be proud of being from West Salem is Damian Miller, who was the catcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks when they were the World Series champions. And then, of course, he was with the Cubs and the Brewers too at one time. So we got an illustrious history, and we're very proud of our town.